The year was 2010. A baby Yuno was getting up from his afternoon nap. He walked into the family room, and there, sitting on the computer screen, was the title for a game called Minecraft. Minecraft is one of those rare games where as soon as you start playing it, you instantly fall in love. And just like most people, my love started from playing it back when it first came out in 2010. As soon as I spawned in and started looking around and punching trees, I knew this was going to be my favorite game of all time. And you know what? It still is to this day. Fast forward 12 years later, and I'm scrolling through the menus on SideQuest when I find it. A version of Minecraft for VR. Without thinking, I instantly download it and start playing it. And just like that, I was hooked on Minecraft once again. I was immersed in the great green cornucopia of the overworld. I was lost in the deep dark caves of the underground. And I was fighting for my lives in the great big nether. I felt the same exact feeling I felt all those years ago. Wonder. When I first created my world, I was more immersed in it than I ever was in any other game. Trust me when I tell you, words cannot describe how I felt watching the sun rise. The game's beautiful music just fading in, slowly, quietly. And then I had the bright idea to add mods. Modding Minecraft VR was the best and worst decision I ever made, because I added mods like Apple Skin, which told me how many bars certain food items were to give me. And then I also added stuff like realistic nights, which basically made it pitch black at night, so if I were to ever get lost during night, I had to have a torch on me, or else I would be stranded in the dark with mobs surrounding me. It was bad. So now you may be asking, well, why didn't you just disable it? Well, it's because if I learned one thing from Fallout 4, it's that if you have a mod that messes with the game in big ways, disabling it will remove that feature permanently. Case in point, if I were to disable it, it would most likely remove all lighting. And that wouldn't be good, now would it? While we're on the subject of bad, the controls for the game are probably the worst way to play Minecraft because two key components are missing: sneak and sprint. Yeah, hang on real quick, post-production here. Yeah, I ended up finding the proper controls. Turns out, sprinting was up on the right joystick, and sneak was down on the right joystick. Not exactly convenient, but I'm not complaining. I eventually found them, and was able to exit boats. So yeah, now back to your regularly scheduled program. Now, here's a question for you all watching. Why is sneak so important? Is it because A, you can't be stealthy, B, you can't speed bridge, or C, sneaking is how you get off mounts, and without it, you get stuck on them? If you'd answered A, then you'd be wrong. It was C. I'm not joking when I say I lost one of my old worlds because I got in a boat, and there was no way out of it. No matter what I tried, I was stuck. Another gripe I have is that sometimes while running the game, I noticed black bars on the side of the screen. They moved when I did and disappeared after a second, similar to what you're seeing right now. This isn't uncommon for Quest 2 games, as it happens when the game starts to lag, but the bars in this case just happened whenever it felt like it, especially when there was no lag or performance issues whatsoever. Another issue I had with the game was immersive controls. Immersive controls is a setting that, when on, made it so you didn't have to pull the trigger to attack or mine, you just swung your hands. The problem is that they changed how items look, so it went from being in your hands to being on the tip of your hand. It's not too big of an issue, you can just always disable it in the settings, but I think it shouldn't be an issue in the first place. But enough about the issues with the bugs and the bad stuff. Let's talk about the goods of Minecraft VR. The best thing about Minecraft VR, or specifically Questcraft, is the fact that there's a mod menu built directly into the launcher. Yeah, I know I just said how bad mods can be, hey, but that doesn't mean it's not fun to add mods. Quite the opposite, actually. Mods in Minecraft VR can make the game even more immersive. Like the dynamic lighting mod, which makes torches, blaze rods, or even magma balls give off light when in your hands, so you don't need to place them. You still can, but if you're running low on them and need to save them up, it's the best feature you can have. There's also a realistic food mod which changes the eating animation to you biting off parts of a food item. For fish, it even shows the bone of the fish. It's great. One final thing I'd like to mention is the size of your character. In Minecraft, your character is always 2 blocks tall, so in VR, they had to compensate for your own real-life height. I'm 5'10", and when I started playing Minecraft VR, I had to make my strip mines 3 blocks tall in order to compensate for my height. It wasn't until one day I was browsing through the settings when I found a setting that locked your player height at 2 blocks. I switched it on, and I have never looked back since. Now as for the moment you probably weren't waiting for, because this is the first review video I made. Yuno's thoughts. When you put together everything that makes Minecraft VR good and bad, my final rating is 4 out of 5 water bottles. Woo! Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please smash the like button and subscribe because it's free and it helps out a ton. While you're at it, go subscribe to my TikTok account, yunowastakenn. I don't post a lot of VR content, but I do post really funny memes. And as always, guys, stay hydrated.